there's one thing that we never really get to at any of the Shuriken Jutsu seminars, and that's just simply because I like to play for safety. I like the idea that everyone makes sure that they hit the target. I want to make sure that everyone can control the weapon. You know, that sort of thing. However, there is something that I see everyone do, and it is absolutely terrible when practicing Shuriken Jutsu, okay? And I'm going to use, I got some training Shuriken over here, I'm going to grab some of these. If you take a Shuriken, and let's just say you just want to stick it into the target. Oh, it's the blade's stuck in the target. We're going to be throwing at foam boards and things that are very easy to stick things in, okay? So sticking it in the target is not what's important. Hitting the target with enough force to hurt someone is what's important. So when we see people that do this, right, I'm going to throw a Shuriken there, it's like, you know, because let's look at form. So we go to Ichimonji, right, and we lean back, we grab the Shuriken, and then you throw the Shuriken, body weight moving forward into the forward bow, that way you get mass and everything moving forward, and then back to Kamae, and lean back to Kaze, and then throw your Shuriken like this. And they get this particular movement. And that's great. And then when they throw it, they look like this. So I'm going to kind of, for the camera, you guys get to see the, you know, maybe the, and it's, actually, yeah, dumb. And but it sticks in the target. Okay. It doesn't matter, if you throw it like that, it doesn't matter that it's stuck in the target. I will grab a Shuriken, a real one, one that's made out of metal. If I throw that at you, like, it is not going to hurt you. It doesn't matter that it's stuck in your clothing. It is not going to hurt you. You have to throw with enough force to hurt the person you're throwing at, okay? So think about having a flat blade or whatever one you're throwing, and you're throwing it at someone's skin to penetrate their skin. Who gives a shit whether it sticks, bounces off, or whatever, but you're trying to hurt them to create a diversion tactic to evade. So you have to make sure that when you throw it, when you throw the thing, you're just like, bang, you're throwing it as hard as you can, and it needs to have enough force to do damage. It has to have enough force to do damage. If it doesn't have enough force to do damage, then it doesn't have enough force to do damage. I know, right? I just repeated the same thing, but think about that concept. You guys are trying to develop a skill to be able to create damage. So it doesn't matter how well you can drive the car, you can get it in reverse and go first gear, stop at the stop sign, turn around, get your blinker on 100 feet before you hit the stop sign, stop, 10 and 2. It's all well and good, but you're going to lose the race if that's the way that you're going to be driving your car. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of, okay, we need to work on application. There are certain skills in this particular school that I disagree with a lot of the larger other Ninpo organizations, and Shuriken Jutsu is one. The other big one, there are many Jutsus that I disagree with the majority of the Ninpo organizations, but there are two Jutsus that are gleaming, right? Two big ones that are gleaming because they're very popular videos. Shuriken Jutsu are very popular videos on the internet. People like throwing blades. The other one is Kyujutsu, which is the bow and arrow, the Yumi. I say Kyujutsu only because we don't actually use the Japanese Yumi, we just use a bow. That's why we say K-Y-U. Kyujutsu is archery. Yumi is the actual Japanese long bow that looks really long, and you see the monks pull it out and all that. That's a specific type of bow. But for me, Shuriken Jutsu and Kyujutsu, right, basically throwing blades or archery, there is no need to solely fixate yourself on kamae and proper form and all that kind of jazz. If you guys are hitting the fucking target, if you're drawing your arrow and you're like, pop, and you're hitting it exactly where you need to hit it, I'm good with it. If you're throwing Shuriken and you're throwing it with enough force to tear someone up and you're like, it's hitting the target, I'm good with it. To me, skills, waza, right? Skills and technique override so much the kamae and all that. And even the force within Kyujutsu and Shuriken Jutsu and projectiles is the weapon itself. So it takes care of itself. In Taijutsu, it's a little bit more complicated. I think there should be better kamae movement, so on and so forth, because you are the weapon. In this case, the Shuriken and the arrow is what's hurting the other person, not your body. So we shouldn't be focusing so much on the body. Not that I'm saying that's bad. I'm not saying Taijutsu is bad. I'm just saying we don't need to focus as much on the body as we do the Shuriken hurting the target or the arrow hurting the target. That's the primary outcome. Do you catch what I mean?
Right.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to go over this Senban again. I did talk to you guys earlier about making sure that it spins. So if you guys do this, where you kind of, watch this. This is what I mean about lofting the damn thing. If you guys go like this. See how I lofted it? It's kind of stuck there. I mean how I can put like a little bit more ass on it, right? And it might just stick in there. That is not what we're wanting. I want you guys to take the shuriken. I want to make sure that when you snap it, you snap and spin it. If it sticks, great. Sticking isn't as important as hitting the target with force and making sure that when it hits the target, it goes directly into the target. Do you catch what I'm saying? So we don't want it to loop down like this. We don't want it fluttering lightly. If you throw it hard and snap, you know, when you're like this and you line up and you inhale, you exhale and snap your fingers going into it, that's what's more important. Whether it sticks or not, don't worry about that. Hitting the target correctly is what's important. Because like I said, if you guys can spin it and it'll hit and kind of, you know, fumble off, that's perfectly fine for what its true purposes. Too many people focus on the things that doesn't really matter. But you want to make sure that you snap into the target and throw it in there so that when you get it into the target, it'll have the momentum to get and stick into that.
Right.
Catch what I'm saying? All right.